controlled and owned by the true tillers of the land. This is what revolution is: the removing of one class of power and replacing it with the new class or new coalition. And that's just what our brave ancestors of Louisiana attempted in 1811. To accomplish this, Dessalines' strategy was a two-pronged military attack on the city of New Orleans. One prong of the attack was for the enslaved Africans joined with the maroon communities to move from plantation to plantation along the Mississippi River. They will first fight off the loyal slaves, then slay the slaveholders, and assemble an army as they move down the river road. They would capture the city of New Orleans and make it the capital of the new republic. The other prong attack was to involve the enslaved Africans inside of New Orleans, who would at the same time seize the arsenal at Fort St. Charles and distribute the weapons to the arriving slave army. Under Dessalines' directions, New Orleans would serve as the base of a liberated zone where slaves from all over the South could come to gain their freedom. Dessalines and his comrades began the uprising with two slogans: "On to New Orleans," and "Freedom or Death." There were no promises. There were no guarantees that it would work. But under this tyranny, it was better to fight than to die under their oppressive rule. Late that evening on the German coast, about 26 miles outside of New Orleans, the uprising began.
Here at this spot, this is the former Colonel Manuel Andrews plantation. Today it's called the City of La Platte. On this land, which was about 4,000 acres, the rebels had as their objective to capture New Orleans to build an independent black republic. This was a powerful revolt involving over 500 Africans from 50 different African nations.
Starting at the Audrey plantation, enslaved Africans traveled all night and throughout the day, marching from plantation to plantation, killing slave owners.
Here is the grave of Francois Trepanier, who was one of the most brutal and oppressive slave owners. What's written on his gravestone is very significant. It's written in French. I'm going to read it and translate it. It says, "In memory, Francois Trepanier, killed by the slaves of 1811. February 10th, 1811. One would ask, why would they put this on his tombstone? They put this on his tombstone, the U.S. militia and his family, as a means to make him a hero. But it backfired. Because every time we bring people here on this tour, people rejoice. They rejoice in the fact that some of these oppressors were taken out.
The next day, under the leadership of Manuel Audrey, a territorial militia of roughly 80 men went to attack and take down the African army. But they were outnumbered and defeated. So General Wade Hampton was then dispatched to New Orleans along with the U.S. troops. No, he wasn't dispatched to stop the slave owners and others from exploiting, torturing, raping, killing our ancestors. Nope, he wasn't dispatched to ensure freedom and democracy for all people under this fairly new constitution. No, those proud American patriots under the banner of the red, white, and blue marched in to end any hope of democracy for our ancestors and to place them right back under the oppressive rule of the slave owners and the white power structure. Governor Wade Hampton's army, together with Major Milton at Destrehan Plantation, being well armed, was able to stop the uprising. Some of the leaders were captured, placed on trial, and executed. Their heads were cut off and placed on poles for more than 60 miles along the river in order to frighten and intimidate the other enslaved Africans. So the question is this uprising just like so many others in America? Was it successful? Absolutely. They did not achieve their goal of creating a true democracy, but it did show future generations to resist and continue fighting when your civilization is being attacked. Africans rose up, and this was followed in 1812 by a new round of plots and revolts inside the city of New Orleans. Over the next several decades, the resistance escalated until finally the children and the grandchildren of the 1811 revolutionary Africans would triumph and defeat the dictatorship of the slave-holding class in the Civil War. Understand that when any African, whether enslaved or free, fought to liberate themselves, seek land, and come from under European oppression, it jeopardized the very wealth system of what Europeans were creating with this exploitation. And this meant death. So yes, any revolutionary African that put forth an effort to create change by simply having the audacity to...
I want to give infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation to you, sincere I can put in this truth cause the phone wins. That clip I just showed, man, is showed that us so-called African Americans, we're the true children of Israel of antiquity, man. And during slavery, we rose up and we fought. In contrast to secular history, with the so-called white man force feeds us in these whorehouses they call schools, these brainwashing institutions of higher learning. During slavery, our people, they rose up the whole time. They fought the whole time. They had revolts through the duration of slavery, not just the only one that they document and show you in the books is Nat Turner, what he did, but they had hundreds and thousands of uprisings all throughout slavery. But the devil don't show that. But my point is, all of them were thwarted and put down because the Most High was against us, man. All right? When you read the scriptures, we went in slavery for transgressing Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's word. And I'm showing this clip. It's some rich history that we us Israelites, we didn't just lay down and let the devil run over us. We had some fight. When our people was on those cargo slave ships, they still knew their nationality. A lot of them on the plantations, the reason they had us in the irons and fetters is because we had fight in us. They took them off of us when they see all the fight was out of us. All right? Now our people calling themselves proud Americans, so on and so forth. But I'm going to start off with Leviticus 24 and 14. And it reads, no, that's 26 and 14 I need. This is Leviticus 26 and 14. But if you will not hearken to me, and will not do all these commandments, and if you shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgments, that so you will not do my commandments, but that you break my covenant, I will also do this unto you. I will appoint over you terror, consumption, and the burning aid, and that shall consume the eyes and cause the sorrow of heart. And that's what slavery did, man. All right? You work from no light to no light. Your children were taken from you and sent away from you. Your woman and your daughters was raped right in front of you, and your sons. They both break the men. All right? Everything unseemly and abominable happened to us. All right? And that was because the Most High was against us. And you shall sow your seed in vain, and your enemies shall see it. Man, we had all the tobacco fields. All right? Those demons, the Edomites studied us when we was in Ham, when we was in the land of Ham, man. We knew how to cultivate. We knew how to make wine and peach orchards and do all that. We were skilled in what we did. So he came back over here and worked us. All right. And all the seed that we sowed, we didn't get to yield any of this fruit. We didn't get to partake in the fruit he did. For your enemy shall eat it. And that's metaphor for just all the work we did. We did more than just plant and garden. All right. We built up America. All right. We made America the richest nation on the planet, okay? From 200, 300 years of free labor, all right? And I will set my face against you, and you shall be slain before your enemies. So even when we revolted and fought, the Most High was against us. We were still slain before our enemies because he was against us. And when we fought back, we didn't fight back according to knowledge, okay? That they that hate you shall reign over you, and you shall flee when no one pursueth you. All right? And that's what the Most High did. So when you try to fight this devil carnally and raise up like our ancestors did on those plantations, you can see that it's a waste of time, because the Most High has an appointed time for us to rise up and fight, and we have to wait on Him. We have to have patience and long suffering till He comes. Okay. Let me get a This is Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8, and it reads, all right. Therefore wait upon me, saith Yahweh Shema Shah, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon my indignation. So we waiting upon our great king to come back and to subdue our enemies and give us spiritual powers from on high to fight this devil. Not bear arms and use the weapons of war that this devil used and to beat him at his own game. The Most High blessed him at that, fighting with Gatling guns and missiles and shit. We can't beat him like that. And even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be divided with the fire of my jealousy. All right, and our Heavenly Father is coming through the outer atmosphere, our great King, on those chariots, shooting out of this world weaponry. All right, the arsenal that the chariot is going to have and that our great King is going to have is going to be 10 times and 100 times more grievous and powerful than this devil's nuclear arsenal. Okay? So we're not fighting this devil the way our ancestors tried to, all right? But our ancestors are better than the ones that our people that we're under today. The majority of our people today are defeated. Our ancestors during the time of slavery wasn't defeated. They still had some fight left in them, all right? They didn't love oppression. Now people love oppression. They are homeborn slaves, and they wouldn't have it no other way. All right, they suffer from a severe case of Stockholm syndrome as a nation. All right, this is 2 Corinthians 10:4, and it reads, For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh Shema Shah to the pulling down of strongholds. See, the Most High is not going to deliver us until our thought patterns change, to the way we think change. All right, what good is Him endowing us with spiritual powers, and we are living, delivering us, and we still have the mindsets of fucking peasants, of heathens. All right, round about us. We think godliness is gain, and all right, and you only live once philosophy. What good is us being delivered and uplifted if all we're going to do is live like the heathen round about us? This is Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world. See, He's going to deliver those that are not conformed to this world and don't have that thought pattern the way the heathen round about us have made us think. All right. But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. See, when the Most High see that the elect men have that spiritual mark in their mind, that doctrine in their mind, and they're living according to it, and their mind is renewed, then that's what we're going to see our deliverance and our great King come back. All right? That you may prove what is good and acceptable and the perfect will of Yahweh Shema Shah. And the majority of our people don't. So if our people are enmity with Yahweh Shema Shah, he's on the heathen side to keep us in derision and to keep us down in a downtrodden state. You could bear arms all the fuck you want, all right? And then you seen in that on that clip that they say that they killed the slaves that were obedient first. All right, yeah, we're gonna do that. Judgment is gonna start at the house of Yasharallah. They had the right idea when they did that, man, because the coon's gonna get it before this fucking devil. I hate a fucking coon, man. Where is that scripture? I know it's in 1 Peter. It's in 4th chapter. Here we go. 1 Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Shema Shai. And if it first begin at us, what shall it be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Shema Shai? The Most High is going to judge us Israelites first before He judges the nations, the other nations round about us. You Uncle Toms, coons, Sambo coons, stepping, fetching, boot licking niggas. The Most High going to kill you niggas first, man. So they had it right. I don't disagree with them. If you're going to uprise, you got to kill the coons first. You got to kill the turncoats first, man. There's nothing worse than a motherfucking turncoat, a traitor, man. So they was in the right spirit when they killed them coons first, but they wasn't in the right spirit because they wasn't dealing with their downtrodden estate according to the scriptures. All right? When the Most High is against you, you can't make cricket what the Most High has made straight. The Most High put us on those plantations. The Most High had our enemies lording over us for breaking his covenant. So what we have to do? We have to call out to him, humble ourselves, and pray to get out of that hole that we dug ourselves. Let me get that. 2 Chronicles 7:14. This is the remedy to get out of slavery, man. This is how you get from under your enemy's foot. This 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves, pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and forgive their sin and will heal their land. Okay? That's what you have to do to gain salvation. That's what you have to do to get from under get over those that have oppressed you, according to Isaiah 14, chapter 14, verse 2. All right? That's how you lead those in the captivity that had you in captivity. By humbling yourself before Yahweh Shem Shai, repenting and lamenting Yahweh Shem Shai, and asking him to deliver you. All right? You don't get that by bearing arms and trying to take matters in your own hands. All you're doing is digging a bigger ditch for you. This is Judges chapter 2, verse 13. And they forsook Yahweh Shem Shai, served Baal and Ashtoreth. That's what our people have done. Our people are still to this day hoarding out to Baal and the gods of the other nations. Okay, verse 14. And the anger of Yahweh Shem Shai was hot against Israel. So if Yahweh Shem Shai is hot against you, all right, how can you fight the people that he put over you to lord over you? You can't. And he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them. And he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemies. All right, so you see that those uprisings in New Orleans, that's where I'm from, Louisiana. All right, our ancestors gathered arms. They devised a plan to come and try to thwart the enterprise of the enemy, but it failed because they didn't do it according to knowledge, man. All right, they tried to rise up against this devil and fight in this devil's playing field. All right, and you can't beat them like that. You're not gonna beat this devil carnally. All right, it's not set up for us to fight this devil carnally. Bearing arms like these Black Panther Party ass niggas and shit. All they gonna do is get people killed. ISUBK is gonna get people killed, man. Our weapon warfare is spiritual, for pulling down strongholds, renewing our mind, and having faith in Yahweh Shem Shai that he would deliver us and he would be our shield and buckler, man. All right? He is our defender. He's our defense. So with that, Lord willing, to sit down was edifying to the hearers. I want to give infinite honors to Yahweh Shem Shai, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to you, sincere I can push this truth across the four winds. Kwam Yasharala.